Sometimes life moves forward, quietly, peacefully, without caring who we are or who we think we are. It just flows. It always has, and it always will. Life is the most indifferent current we will ever experience. It flows on untouched by our pain, our joy, or our status. Life is everything that hasn't died. It stands opposite death and nothingness. It points to the ongoing presence of being, the pulse that keeps on beating, whether we notice it or not. It's a current born with us. It grows us, physically and emotionally, until we reach maturity. And after that, only the mind can keep growing, but only if we dare to grow with it. Only if we aren't afraid of the hidden truths that growth reveals. Life is like a river outside of us. We can choose to join or constantly fight against, but no matter what we do, it keeps flowing, inside and around us, unaffected by our stories, our reactions, our opinions. Each of us forms our own relationship with life, and the kind of relationship we have with life becomes the foundation for how we relate to others and to ourselves. To truly understand our relationships, we must pass through the deepest, sometimes hardest realities of life. Accepting the truths of life changes everything. Our view of people, our view of love, our view of ourselves. Let's explore the kind of truths that, if we truly accept them, can speed up our emotional growth and awaken our self-awareness. Let's talk about life, as it really is. The world, for a child, is a magical place. In a child's eyes, the world is made of wishes, and every wish should come true. So they wait for someone to come and make it happen. They believe in miracles, in invisible hands that make everything okay. They believe that when they smile, the world should dance. But the real world doesn't dance, not to our music and not even to its own. The real world keeps moving, every second, every moment. It never pauses, not even for a heartbeat. If you're over 20, it's time to meet the adult inside you. Time to let go of the child role we've been playing for too long. Because that role, it's been hurting us, and we haven't even noticed. Childhood was once a shield, a soft armor that helped us survive the hard truths of reality. But as we grow older, we must take off that armor, because what once protected us now only holds us back. The longer we wear it, the more we get hurt. That childhood shell becomes tight, painful, and unrealistic. It no longer fits. It can't stay without harming us. Staying in that role, hoping, waiting, expecting, will only bring us pain and disappointment. Because in the adult world, people leave, and it hurts. Because in the real world, things don't go our way, and it's confusing. When we hold on to the child within for too long, we're left angry, bitter, lost, asking life, why? Why me? There is no why. In the world of grown-ups, there's no space for complaints. Not everyone is meant to be kind or lovable. We don't get to hate every person or situation that doesn't reflect us. There is no black and white in adulthood. There are no absolutes, only endless shades of possibility. In this world, we must stand behind our choices and walk hand in hand with the wonder of what life reveals, day by day. It is through these quiet, complex efforts that the pulse of life can still be felt. For the adult, the savior has long been buried, and maybe it's best to let him rest, to go on, to explore the world not through fantasy but through clarity. When we look at life through a child's eyes, we feel wounded, we become naive in our expectations. But to accept life as it is requires a grown heart, mature, grounded, and pain and suffering. They are part of being alive. Suffering comes at us from three directions. From the body, which we know we will one day lose. From the outer world, which moves beyond our control, chaotic, unpredictable, frightening. And from our relationships, perhaps the most tender and terrifying source of pain. We are experts in turning fleeting pain into lifelong suffering. But here is the truth. Life is suffering is not an accurate statement. The truth is this: we feel pain. Life can be painful. But suffering is what happens when we refuse to feel that pain. Suffering is the shadow of our resistance. Pain is born when reality refuses to obey our desires. We want everyone to like us, but they don't. We want to stay young forever, but we age. We want never to feel alone, and yet here we are. The world doesn't bend to our will, and when what we want does not arrive, we hurt. That hurt is pain, but it's what we do with that pain that matters. Sometimes we stretch it. We give it shape and permanence. We turn it into suffering, and the more we suffer, the further we drift from the vibrant pulse of life. A breakup may bring pain, but we choose whether it becomes a lifelong sorrow. Strangely, we grow comfortable in suffering. We use it like a blanket, a delay tactic to avoid the sharp edge of truth. Suffering is not the pain itself. It is the way we hide from pain. The one who repeats failed relationships may not be running toward love, but away from the fear of real intimacy, or from the fear of saying no, or from their own quiet passivity that leads to unstable bonds. Endings are painful. So is looking at who we really are. Grief is pain. To feel it is hard. But to bury it, to delay it, that is suffering. Each of us has our own way of doing this. There is only one way forward in life: to accept pain, to move through it. And when we finally feel what's real, when we face the ache instead of fleeing, healing begins. And maybe, just maybe, by morning, we will find new reasons to trust life again, to return to its flow. Loneliness is a part of life. It's like an invisible companion, walking beside us, step by step, always present, but rarely seen, felt, but never quite tangible. It exists, yet we pretend it doesn't. Loneliness is not a stranger. It's part of who we are, something we were born with. Running from loneliness is like running from ourselves, as if we're rejecting a limb because touching it hurts too much. But one day, life will force us to face it. And yes, that day may be full of sorrow, but sorrow gives birth to acceptance. And once we accept the pain, it begins to flow through us, cleansing us, waking us up, and suddenly we feel something shifting inside. That's what life does. It gives us moments, experiences, where we are gently, or sometimes painfully, led back to that invisible presence within us. And when we finally feel that loneliness as part of our being, healing begins. Healing, real healing, is not just the absence of illness. It's the return to wholeness. And maybe the sickness is every behavior that kept us from acceptance, from letting go. Sometimes, life confronts us with events that shine a light on what we've been denying, on the silent figure standing next to us all along. And life, in its quiet wisdom, invites us to meet ourselves through loneliness. There is no other way. Life cannot heal us without first bringing us face to face with our pain. So it creates circumstances, small or great, that gently push us closer to that silent space within. All it takes is a bit more patience, a little more courage, to meet the loneliness we've tried so long to ignore. And when we make peace with it, when we become friends with our solitude, something shifts. Our way of relating to others changes. We no longer seek people to escape from ourselves. Our relationships lose the flavor of desperation, of begging to be seen or loved. We stop trying to mold others into our fantasies. We see people for who they are, and we see their loneliness too. And then, hand in hand with our own solitude, we walk gently through the beautiful, broken world of others. Sometimes we even smile, proud that somewhere along the way we finally looked our loneliness in the eye and didn't run. Our bodies were built for this life. When we are young, we believe our dreams and desires are invisible wings, meant to lift us. We think passion will carry us over every pain, every rocky path. Sometimes it does. Sometimes silent loves and wild dreams give us flight. But as life unfolds, we realize that to truly rise, we need more than dreams. We begin to expect something else, someone, or something greater than ourselves, to teach us how to fly, to soar beyond pain, to escape suffering. But perhaps that old dream, the dream of flight, was never real. Perhaps it's time to stop trying to fly, and instead start learning to stand firmly, softly, in the truth of who we are. Life rarely gives us what we asked for. That is a truth we all must meet. But we were made for this life, this unpredictable, chaotic, beautiful life. We were built for change. The gap between what we desire and what exists, we were given a quiet strength to live in that space, to adapt, to survive, to begin again. Even in the most chaotic sorrow, life finds a way forward, because it must, because it bends and never breaks. Let reality be what it is. Train your heart in the art of acceptance, and see how even loss can arrive exactly when it's needed, whispering a quiet truth into your ear. It's time to let go. Practice letting go. Surrender to what is beyond your control, but not without awareness, not without care. Life has its own rules, and we've all at some point been humbled by its force. We've all felt fear, especially in moments we couldn't predict. But always remember, we were designed for this life, the one that shifts and slips and surprises. One of life's greatest gifts and greatest trials is its impermanence, and maybe its deepest lesson is this: we control nothing, and the sooner we accept that, the freer we become. Even our relationships are shaped by this truth. The more we try to control, the further we drift from genuine connection, from love, from presence. Let life be as it is, not as you wished it to be. Trust what is not in your hands. Be awake to life's impermanence, in sorrow and in joy, in anxiety and in peace. Everything will pass. And we are only ever guests here, passing through the temporary. Trust your body. Trust your awareness. Even in crisis, they carry you. In pain, seek the comfort of those you love. Let connection carry you forward. Don't close your heart to life, because every event, even the hardest truth, leads us closer to ourselves, to the parts of us that need reflection, that need change. So I favorite pause. I surrender to what lies beyond my power, and to the force that holds what I cannot change. You and I, we are both patient. I, patient in learning the lessons you send, and you, patient with my storms and sorrow. We both know how this ends. I will endure, and you will continue, waiting for my understanding, for my surrender. We go on. I, for as long as you allow, and you, for as long as you choose. I surrender to you, life, the ancient, flowing, unrelenting force. You, who were here long before me and will remain long after. I meet you everywhere, in every loss and every beginning, in every encounter, every goodbye. Every moment is an echo of you. No matter where I turn, there you are, the most mysterious and most magnificent presence I've ever known. Let it hurt, let it heal, let it go. And if your soul stirred, don't let it fade. Subscribe to Self in Parts for more moments that mend the soul.